It's a windy day in November. We're approaching the south coast of Sicily, the largest island in the Mediterranean. The Greeks were here 700 years BC and left some incredible temples around the island.
Sicily is the home of ice cream.
And the mafia, and we're here to meet the family.
I wanted to break away to see the world.
I longed for excitement, the romance of travel.
So we built a boat.
And now we travel the oceans. Join us as we voyage to distant shores.
What a gorgeous day for a fall sail. I think this island is a lot more dramatic than I thought it would look. With all these big mountains in the background, little villages nestled in there, and you can see some of the olive groves. It's really quite attractive. Somehow I thought it was going to be just more flat, but it's very nice to sail past.
Paul and I have sailed here to Sicily from Canada. We crossed the Atlantic Ocean in this boat to explore countries bordering the Mediterranean Sea. This was our third transatlantic passage aboard Two-Step, our self-built Classic 37 sailboat, which at 11 meters long is a good seaworthy vessel that we can both handle easily.
After our Atlantic crossing, Sheryl and I sailed through the Strait of Gibraltar and for the past few months have been sailing east, visiting ports in the western and central Mediterranean. The Italian island of Sicily lies in the Sicilian Channel, a narrow bottleneck in the sea where the continents of Europe and Africa lie close together.
Our first stop after sailing to Sicily from North Africa is the port of Shaka.
Allora mi butto qua. Va bene, piano piano io ti cameranno.
Sì, We're not quite sure what's happening here. We've been greeted very nicely by the harbor master, and now he's beckoned us into the car. I think he's taking us for a little tour around the town, but I'm not sure. And my Italian isn't too good yet, so we'll just go with it and see what happens. We eventually determine that he's offering us a ride up from the port to the piazza, the main square in the upper town. Oh, wonderful.
Scendi di qua. Piazza. Scendi.
Oh, it's...
Buono.
Oh, see? It's the two? Okay.
Questo, Michele.
Miguel, see?
Se avete bisogno, telefonate a mia e mi vieni a prendere.
Oh, we're going to walk around for a while, and then he has told us to give him a call, and he'll come and pick us up. Such nice people here. Grazie. Grazie, signor. Grazie. Ciao. How did Miguel know that we were dying to get ashore for our favorite Italian treat? Ice cream? No, cappuccino. That was just so nice of the harbor master to drive us to the upper town. The great thing about traveling off season is that people really have time for you. And although it's November, it's still pretty warm here. I mean, it's sweater weather, but there's still lots of glorious sunshine, nice places to sit out, and hey, what a nice welcome. We're back in the land of cappuccino.
One of Italy's great gifts to the world has got to be special coffees like the espresso and cappuccino. We just love them at the restaurants. My favorite is cappuccino. And then you need hot milk. So, what you're supposed to do is heat up the milk and froth it. This is a boat solution I'm going to try here. Frothing the milk with battery-powered milk frother. We'll see. Oh, okay.
He's really getting into this.
Oh my God, it almost works. Well, sort of. This is a full-on cappuccino espresso maker, actually made for camping. But again, the same sort of deal. You put the coffee into the top, this little reservoir here, and then it does the espresso the same way. It'll come out the top, but it pressurizes the entire thing, like a little bomb almost, and then we have steam now inside this trapped and allowed to come out to do the frothing of the milk, and this is the way they're done on the professional machines too. So let's put this together. We've got our water in here, a little reservoir for the coffee. Okay. And then the top goes on, and this part is really has to seal because it's going to be a pressurized thing. Okay, so now this goes on the heat. Okay, the coffee is coming out here now. So what we have to do is wait until enough of it is dripped out, and then this will stop anyway. Kind of neat, it's automatic. So at that point, it just has to build up a little pressure, and then this part can be used to do the steam. There's no steam in it now, no pressure yet. So, perfect. It is looking pretty good. See how we're doing. Oh, okay, we got pressure in here. So, this is a lot slower than the professional ones in the restaurant, but it's going to heat and whip up the milk at the same time. Okay, there we go. We just pour in the coffee, and there you go. A hot cappuccino made on board. There you go.
I really get spoiled. It's really good. In the evening, the fishing boats come into port in Shaka. Families come out to greet the crews and purchase fresh seafood, the focus of Sicilian cuisine. In the next port, we're going to visit the family. No, not that family. The aunts and uncles of my sister-in-law, Christina, who are also active in the fishing industry. Well, we'd really like to spend a little bit more time in this town. It's so beautiful and the people are so nice, but I'm looking forward to seeing my relatives in Porto Empedocles, and it's just one port down, so we're heading off today. We're free on port side.
Wow, what a wonderful introduction to Sicily. I think it is just so hard to leave a place when people are so nice. This has got to be the best welcome to a country we've ever had.
We continue east for 30 nautical miles along the south coast and reach Porto Empedocles in the late afternoon.
Hey, ciao! How are you?
Hey, Kika!
Hey, ciao!
Hey, this is great.
We're met by cousin Christina, Uncle Giuseppe, and Aunt Maria, the Sicilian relatives of my sister-in-law, who are going to show us around. But first, a Sicilian dinner.
This is Maria. Happy to be in the kitchen here. I'm learning to cook food in a Sicilian way.
Seafood is the food in Sicily, and we are going to have a feast tonight.
Well, I've been left in charge here, but I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. I take it, I'll just turn them when it looks like they're done, but well, that's kind of how it is when you don't speak the language. Just things happen you're not really sure about, but hey, just go with it, and it usually turns out to be a good time. Okay, I'm being looked after here now by Salvatore, another one of Christina's uncles.
Okay.
It's okay? Good, thank goodness I'm in rescue. It'd be terrible if I burned the dinner.
Maria has breaded and fried a variety of local fish and shellfish for a scrumptious seafood platter. but that comes later.
I think the most important word to learn here is basta, eh? Basta?
Basta, spaghetti.
Pasta marinara. Pasta con gamberi. So spaghetti with shrimps. This is enough to be the whole dinner, but I think it's just the first course. Oh my God. That's the second course. You need to know how to say, you know, eat nothing and stop and this kind of thing to survive over here in Italy.
Posso mangiare? Ah.
Just eat the whole thing.
Oh, oh. Ah, buona.
Okay, so now it's my turn to try. Take the back end off. Oh, and I'm lucky I got, see if you get this orange row, the eggs in it, that's supposed to be good. So I'm not as good as Maria, but you're supposed to crunch it up. And then supposed to suck the row up, but I wasn't very good at it, so I'll do it manually. Like that. I don't have the finesse of the Sicilianos here, but Sicilianos. It's good. Yeah.
Something we have in common with Christina's Uncle Giuseppe is a love of boats and boat building. But Giuseppe does it on a different scale. Since retiring as a fishing boat captain, he's been building these detailed model ships as a hobby. Some he builds from plans, but mostly he drafts the designs himself and creates every piece by hand. I want to see how this is done.
Questo bisogna guardare il foro.
First of all, the rope goes around the outside. Okay. Once the one rope has gone around the outside, we're cutting it. Tie it with a little knot. Tie another little knot. Capito. Wow. Okay.
Molto buono.
Okay, now, molto buono. He's lying. He's lying. It's not very good, and it's taken me almost half an hour. It's terrible. Okay, baby. Okay.
Allievo, allievo.
Okay, now what do I do? So, uno poco. Like that.
Very nice.
Okay, so now I just sort of... okay.
Okay, baby.
Okay, we've got these other ones in here that are so small that when you just put them out beside it, they are just so tiny, and you have to do the same thing with these ones. Oh, even smaller. And this is the one I did. It makes it look huge in comparison.
This is similar to the hatch that Paul built on our boat.
Okay.
Oh, so you had to fit every little piece.
Vecchio sistema.
Right, a very old system.
That's what we use.
Close.
Right, now it's closed, waterproof.
So I'm doing it. Good work.
Quattro.
Are you interested in the cruising lifestyle? Are you planning to sail away on a cruising adventure? Or researching cruising areas and destinations? Distant Shores is a television series about the cruising life, with lots of tips for sailors planning to sail away. This is Oswego, New York. We are entering the Erie Canal system, and this will take us all the way from Lake Ontario to the Hudson River, which gets us to New York City. Plus destination information to help you make your cruising plans.
I can stand on the bottom.
We've been filming Distant Shores for nearly 15 years and know the fun and challenges of the cruising life. We've made Distant Shores with you in mind. We include plenty of cruising tips in this travel series, as well as lifestyle segments and hints for sailors heading to exotic destinations. Encouragement for you and your crew to get out cruising. Destinations include the Intracoastal Waterway, the Bahamas, Caribbean, the Mediterranean, Scandinavia, transatlantic passage making, the French canals, and more.
Like the Greek philosopher Empedocles, many poets and artists in the 5th century BC were drawn to the magnificent colonies of Greece, flourishing in Sicily at that time.
Lying beneath the modern town of Agrigento lie the ruins of these incredible Greek temples. So as you can see, the colonies established in Sicily by Greece reached remarkable heights of social and artistic development. The largest temple dedicated to Olympian Zeus lies in massive ruin across the ridge. At 113 meters long by nearly 57 wide, it was the third largest religious building in antiquity. There were a number of these columns carved in the shape of men that stood 8 meters tall and supported this incredible structure.
The story goes the site of this temple was discovered by Daedalus when he was flying over Sicily on the wings that he built to escape the Minotaur in the labyrinth. Sounds plausible to me.
Throughout Sicily, you'll see rows and rows of olive groves, and today our friends have organized for us to come and pick olives. All of this is done by hand. Many of the farms here are just small family farms, and the olives are picked each fall by hand using these little rakes.
Oh, prego, prego.
Okay, I think that'll do it.
We've spread out this tarp on the ground around the tree, and then the olives just fall onto the tarp, and then we gather them up later. They make it look pretty easy, but I have a feeling there is some technique involved here that I'm about to learn. Okay, just grab like this. Oh, actually it is pretty easy. Oh, easy. Facile.
We are picking olives. Such a Mediterranean crop, I tell you.
And it's surprising with the way the rake is designed, it doesn't take the leaves off.
Salad oil, olive oil, cooking oil.
When each tree is harvested of its olives, the tarps and nets are gathered up and the olives are organized into baskets. When the nets are emptied, the process starts all over again until one tree at a time this year's olives are harvested. This type of olive contains a lot of natural oil, so will be taken to the local co-op for pressing into olive oil. The olives that we picked this morning, we've now brought to the cooperative, where there's baskets from farms all over the region. Now we're going to see how they make olive oil. Festa in Sicily. It's a festa of the olio. There is only one kind of oil in Sicily, and that's olive oil. So tonight, there's all kinds of merchants selling their typical products. People are out. It's passeggiata big time.
Well, this is the festival of the olive oil, but I haven't found any olives to test yet, so I'm buying some chestnuts. Quanto? 2,000.
Grazie, thank you. Okay. Oh, very nice. Not quite as nice as a good fall olive, but there you go. Well, I saw a line here, and being a Canadian, I immediately joined it. I don't know what we're in line for. Maybe, hopefully, it's an olive-related product. But we're standing outside a public library, so I'm not really sure. But everyone else is standing around here, so we'll see what happens. Hey, I did get something to do with olives. Quick, before we get run over. It's an olive sandwich. I've got a sandwich. It seems to be olive oil on bread. Tastes like olive oil on bread. It's pretty good.
Got nice fresh olives, covered in herbs and a bit of salt, I think.
Un tovagliolino, dice che avete tovagliolino.
The festival goes on throughout the cold autumn night, bringing laughter and life to this isolated hilltop town.
The next day, we drive on to Mount Etna, Europe's largest active volcano.
Wow, some of these areas you can just see that it's all new lava. They just built a road up on top of the lava. Look down there, you can see there's a house. A lava flowed right over the house, and then they built the road on top of that.
The most recent eruption occurred just a few months before our arrival. Despite the rain, we want to take a look at the crater, but the higher we go, the wetter it gets. When we reach the top, it's blowing a gale.
I can't believe we made it. This is the area of the most recent eruption on Etna. Just a few months ago, lava came right through this area, went right over the road. Even though the lava stopped, it somehow seems fitting to see Etna on a day like this. What a day!
This is the visitor center for Mount Etna, and this summer it was visited by Etna herself. One of the lava flows came right through, took out the cable car, a couple of the buildings here, and now the only way to get to the top is by hiking or four-wheel drive. But this rain is starting to turn to snow, so it's just way too dangerous to go further.
With this bad turn in the weather, we're worried about the boat and hurry back to Porto Empedocle.
Well, there are some disadvantages to cruising in the off-season. We're getting a bit of a gale here. Force 8, force 9 is predicted. That's a lot of wind. That's close to hurricane. So we've got a couple of extra lines on here. The boat is really surging around. So I've got an extra one on to take up some of the pull against with the wind pulling us on here. So I think it's going to be pretty rough tonight. We've got to get out of here and get to Malta in the next few days, but I don't think today's going to be the day. But I'd like to go and take a look and see what the Mediterranean looks like in this kind of a gale.
Coping with bad weather is a challenge when sailing at any time of the year. But if you're properly prepared and willing to wait for good weather, traveling during the off-season can offer a lot of benefits. In this visit to Sicily, Paul and I have avoided the summer crowds yet seen the sights and enjoyed lots of local activities with the wonderful people here. This storm will pass, and soon we'll be heading for our next destination, Malta.
Are you interested in the cruising lifestyle? Are you planning to sail away on a cruising adventure? Or researching cruising areas and destinations? Distant Shores is a television series about the cruising life, with lots of tips for sailors planning to sail away.
This is Oswego, New York. We are entering the Erie Canal system, and this will take us all the way from Lake Ontario to the Hudson River, which gets us to New York City.
Plus destination information to help you make your cruising plans.
I can stand on the bottom.
We've been filming Distant Shores for nearly 15 years and know the fun and challenges of the cruising life. We've made Distant Shores with you in mind. We include plenty of cruising tips in this travel series, as well as lifestyle segments and hints for sailors heading to exotic destinations. Encouragement for you and your crew to get out cruising. Destinations include the Intracoastal Waterway, the Bahamas, Caribbean, the Mediterranean, Scandinavia, transatlantic passage making, the French canals, and more.